Hey everyone, welcome back to day 2 of your DevOps journey with me. Now, before we dive deep into DevOps tools and automation stuff, there is something super important you need to understand first, and that is software development lifecycle. Because trust me, DevOps is actually built on top of software development lifecycle. Without this, DevOps has no foundation. So today, I'm going to break it all down for you. What is software development lifecycle, why it matters, and how it works, and I'll do it using a real world fun example so that you can easily understand. So imagine you're creating your own Swiggy or Blinkit kind of application from scratch. Sounds fun, right? So let's start from the basics. It's simply the full step by step process that any software goes through, right from the idea stage all the way to a working application or website in your hands. Whether you're building a food delivery app, an e-commerce site, or even a backend system for managing inventory, software development lifecycle is the process followed to make sure the software is well planned, well tested, cleanly delivered, and continuously improved. You can think of software development lifecycle like a blueprint or a game plan for software development. And honestly, without it, things can get messy real quick. So let's make this real. Imagine you're launching your own food delivery app like Swiggy, Zomato, or Blinkit. Let's call it Foodsy app. Okay. And now, what do we want our application to do? We want to let users search for restaurants, let them place food orders, make online payments, track delivery in real time. Cool, right? Now, let's walk through each software development lifecycle stage while building Foodsy. This way, everything will make a lot more sense, right? So, first things first, we gather requirements. This is like planning what we actually want to build. Here, the product manager, business analyst, and client sit together and ask questions like what features does this application need? What problems are we solving? For example, would see like we might need user login, search restaurants, place order, and even make the payment, track delivery. This becomes our requirement document, kind of like a wish list that developers will use to start building. And once we know what needs to be built, we move into design phase. Here, tech team gets into serious thinking mode, like what will the application screen look like? What will the database be structured? What backend services do we need? Should we use React or Angular, Node.js or Java? They create mockups, wireframes, and architecture diagrams. This phase helps the developers get a clear picture before they touch any code. All right, now comes the exciting part, that is coding. This is where developers start bringing everything to life. Front end developers build the mobile app interface, back end developers build REST APIs, services like order, card, payments, restaurant modules are all developed in parallel. This is the heart of software development lifecycle, turning ideas into real working code. Now, we don't just launch it immediately, right? We need to test everything. So, here is what we check. First is unit testing. It checks if individual modules working correctly or not, and integration testing checks if services talking to each other properly or not, and user testing checks if the applications run smooth, clear, and user friendly or not. And this helps us catch bugs, crashes, or confusing flows before user experience them. Once everything is tested, we are ready to go live. The application is deployed to servers, usually on cloud platforms like AWS or Azure. Now users can start downloading and using Foodsy from App Store. But, but it doesn't end at launch. After going live, we enter the maintenance phase. Here, we monitor how the application is doing in the real world. Did any payment fail? Is the application crashing somewhere? Or are users asking for new features? We fix bugs and release updates like offers, dark mode, or loyalty points, just like any growing application does. And finally, the secret to long term success is user feedback. Based on ratings, reviews, and usage data, we improve the application continuously. That's how applications like Swiggy or Blinkit became what they are today, through constant improvement. Now, you might wonder why go through all these. Well, if you skip software development lifecycle, you can risk having a buggy app, poor user experience, delays in delivery, angry customers. By following software development lifecycle properly, you can get better planning, fewer bugs, faster delivery, happier users. And honestly, every software company, whether it's a startup or an enterprise, they follow software development lifecycle in some form. And in the next video, we'll explore the various software development methodologies like waterfall, agile, and how their limitations actually gave birth to DevOps. Yep, DevOps didn't just appear out of nowhere. It was a solution to real world problems. So don't miss the day three of software development lifecycle methodologies explained how DevOps was born from their limitations. So, like, share, and hit that bell icon so you're always one step ahead on this DevOps journey. Thank you.